Greetings. This is the library board meeting for the New Ulm Public Library. It's Thursday, May 11th, 2023, 4 p.m. We're all here, and so we will start our meeting. First item on our agenda is to approve the agenda, so I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions about the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Next is to approve the minutes from our April 13th, 2023 Library Board meeting. Anyone have any comments or corrections? Otherwise, I will take a motion to approve the minutes from our April meeting.
I'll move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any other further comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, we've got minutes. Now we'll move to the financial report from April.
We are 33.42% through 2023, and our budget is approximately 27.79% expended. Bills paid during April included $20,048 to Traverse to Sioux Library System for the first half of our 2023 membership fees and our 2023 overdrive fees. So the breakdown of that was $15,529 as the first half of our actual membership fees, and then $4,519 for our overdrive fees, and that's the total we'll pay for overdrive fees this year. We also paid $593 to Hilliard for paper products, $1,170, I think there's a typo there, $1,175 to ProQuest for our annual Ancestry library subscription, $95 to Martin Luther College for summer reading program brochures, and $40 to Runnings for grass seed, where the sidewalk was repaired.
Great. Anyone else see anything in the financial report that they want to lift up?
I just wanted to make a note that at our June meeting, I'll be presenting a first draft of our 2024 budget, which the library board would need to approve this that draft at our July meeting.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's move on. We have Youth Services librarian Catherine Tatnall here to talk to us about the 2023 summer reading brochure.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me. I just ran across the street after setting 6 kindergartners up with rocks and paint. Through the very capable hands of Youth Services reference aide, Jerry. And they are painting rocks in honor of the upcoming summer reading program. This year, it is called Dig Into Reading, and so we're painting garden rocks today to celebrate that upcoming event. We are starting summer reading on June 5th, and that's 3 weeks away, I think. Still seems like such a short time. It is going to be an 8-week program again this year. The kids will be able to pick up their reading records May 30th, so the day after Memorial Day. That gives them a week's time to get it home, figure it all out, even though we're going to tell them 100 times how to do it before they leave the room. And they'll get acclimated to it. They can't start until then because we put dates on everything, and this year it is a series of flowers, and there are 7 petals on the flower, and each petal represents 1 day of reading. We're asking them to read at least 20 minutes. We know most of them will read more, but that's a good baseline for our kids who are struggling, for whom the program's really, really for. They can come in once a week, once that week is over with, and get a stamp on their reading record. Something new this year, we bought a spinning wheel, a wheel of fun. So on the even 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th week, they'll be able to spin the wheel and get a little prize to take home with them whenever one comes up on the wheel. And that's going to excite a lot of kids. We have our teen reading record is, again, a calendar because they seem to take to that more than any kind of gimmicky thing. They just like to mark off the days that they've read. Has a place where they can let us know what they're reading if they want to. They check in as often as they want, a week at a time, like the young kids. And they usually, well, they don't check in, that's right, because they pick up their stuff and do everything at the service desk because they don't want to be seen with the little kids. So, but when they get their reading records, they will get a bookmark. This year, the kids have an opportunity to make their own bookmark. We have some really cool flowers and bugs, and they can decorate their bookmark and take it home with them. The teens will just pick up a bookmark because they're not into that stuff. But we're also going to do the downtown scavenger hunt again, which we're really excited
yay.
about. So the kids will be able to walk from the Glockenspiel to the bakery or the bakery to the Glockenspiel and look up and down on Minnesota to find a flower in some of the businesses. And once they turn that in, they're then entered into one of our grand prize drawings. So 8-week program. When it's all finished, the kids are going to come and pick up their free book. They're going to get a temporary tattoo and a sticker, and then their grand prize entry. And then they get to choose. So we give the kids, according to age groups, birth through kindergarten, first grade through fifth, and then the teens and the tweens, they get to choose between 2 different items that they'd like to buy to use in the library. We've bought magnetic tiles for the kids. We've bought Lego sets. It was their choice. They voted on them. And so we'll do that again this year, and they'll get to do that at the end. We found that just leaving those things out, kids would just indiscriminately throw as many chips in, 1 or 2 that they really wanted to. It wasn't very helpful. So we decided to limit it just to the finishers to be able to choose what they'd like to play with. But everybody gets to play with it once it's in the library. So we're also doing our circulation count. So every time you check out a book over the summertime, you'll be helping the kids reach their goal of checking out 25,000 books.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
And so we have to have the community's help because the kids really can't do that on their own. They get really big-eyed when you tell them that. But it is a community effort, and we reach it every year. So when you come into the children's wing, that entrance, along the wall, we'll have a huge mural. The kids will be able to have time to make something like a bug or a butterfly or a flower, something to add to that. It'll be blue sky and soil, and they can add to it. But we're going to have like a little seed, and every time each week we'll take a circulation count, and as that count goes up, the image will change from a seed linked to a sprout, and the sprout will grow, and hopefully the last one will be a full plant with, 25,000 books checked out. So this year we have, some new things that are going on, not just the Wheel of Fun, but I had a music therapist who is in the community ask if she could come and do some movement story times. So we're going to add her to the story time lineup to see how the community likes that and the patrons are, if they're interested in it. And then in the fall, we'll work her into our schedule. So I think that's a wonderful thing. We have a magician coming back. He was so wonderful when he was here before. And I'm so impressed with him because every child that walked in the door, he sat down on the floor with them and he said, "Hey, what's your name?" "I'm John." "Hey, John, we saved you a seat. Come on over and sit down." He was so charming and charismatic. He drew everyone in. Even the parents were charmed by him and his manner and demeanor with the kids. So I'm really excited to have him back. We're going to be doing our craft in-house. We'll have our coloring page. We'll have our scavenger hunt in-house. And I think we're just going to have a marvelous time. So does anybody have any questions about the summer reading program?
Or comments or cheers.
I just want to thank Catherine and Jerry for the excellent job they've done preparing for the program. I think we're going to have a really fun summer.
Sounds great.
Hopefully you won't find me in the next 2 weeks just tied up in garland and things to hang from the ceiling because we're working on that next. So it'll come and grow as we get going here.
I'm so glad you're going to have the scavenger hunt downtown. One of my summer images although she's much too sophisticated to do this now, but my niece running down Minnesota saying, "I found one."
Yes.
It's just wonderful.
That is the summer cry when that happens. So we're really happy to be able to bring it back this year. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your
Oh,
time.
thank
Have
you.
a great day. I'm going to go clean up some paint. and some
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, back to April with the activities report and statistics for April.
The United Way completed their tax preparation in mid-April. They completed 748 tax returns this year. So there is high demand for that program. So we're glad to be able to offer the space for them because it brings a lot of people through our doors too. The 3 HVAC units were replaced on the library's roof April 26th and 27th. 2 of those units serve the main library, and the third serves the service desk area. The unit over the service desk had incorrect voltage when it was installed and was fried when we installed it. That was on the error of the vendor who sold it to the installer, but they did a quick turnaround for us and got another unit out, which was installed yesterday. So we will have our air conditioning for the summer. Library aide Leah Bodie's last day with the library was on Friday, April 28th, so we wish Leah well. The Testify exhibit, Americana from Slavery to Today, is on display on the library's adult nonfiction floor. It includes 17 panels with photographs featuring art and artifacts of slavery and segregation. The panel exhibit will be on display at the library for approximately 6 weeks, and it's free and open to the public during our open hours, so anyone's welcome to come view that when it works for them. The art and the artifacts that were photographed are on display at the Cargill Gallery at the Minneapolis Central Library, and they are from the collection of former Minnesota Supreme Court Justice Alan Page. And then just on our stats, I just wanted to note that we were looking at some of the questions we have as reference questions, and we are getting very few questions right now on patrons using our new online patron catalog, which is called Aspen. So we're hoping that that says that that catalog is easy to use. Most of the questions that we've got about the new ILS, Integrated Library System, are just related to the password change that happened for all of our patrons and how to get back into Libby after that change.
Okay. Any questions or comments? I've seen the Alan Page exhibit. It's really riveting. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend that you take 20 minutes or half an hour to, take a sober look at those
Is it all
things.
football stuff?
Excuse me?
Is it all football stuff?
No, it's no.
All legal stuff?
Oh, no, it's well, how can I explain this? There's photographs. It's photographs of, and they might be beside the this horrible image of a neck chain. There's a picture of a piece of jewelry worn by, I don't know if it's Michelle Obama or somebody. It's a juxtaposition. You look at it, and you say, "What is this?" Because they're both, until you realize what this item was used for, it's got a certain symmetry and
Right.
a beauty of its own, especially aside and next to these other beautiful items. But then when you read about what it is, it really makes you think. There's a lot of things to make you think. There's one of the really featured items is a bill of an auction bill for people, for human beings. That indicates that, this is a family unit that will be sold separately or as a unit. And again, it just takes your breath away when you start thinking of what that meant to the people who were involved. So if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it. you know. So, anything else?
So April, for the Prince statue, do we know when the concrete's gonna be poured for that?
They've marked the area, I believe, outside the museum. I don't have a date for the concrete pour, but I know they're planning to install later this month, the last
Yeah, because
week
I
or
thought
so.
I saw on Facebook, they said like May 31st would be, when we're getting it. So, I mean, you need some time for the concrete to
Right.
cure, so
Right.
I would think it's gotta be soon. Okay.
Any other comments, questions? Otherwise, we'll move on to the May programming calendar.
On Monday, May 15th at 6:30 PM, we'll have the third session in the Hope and Healing in Grief series that we're presenting with community education. The title for that session will be Lost by Suicide and will be led by the co-facilitators of the Mankato Suicide Support Group, Mel Hoffner and Britt Lockwood. So we invite you to attend that. We're holding a painting party with artist Sammy Jo Miller on Monday, May 22nd at 6 p.m. in the library's meeting room. She'll lead participants through step-by-step acrylic painting for 2 hours. All materials are provided. It's open to anyone who's age 12 and up, but we do ask that you register for it so that we make sure we have the appropriate materials. And you can do that on our website at www.newulmlibrary.org. We just started a Teen Pathfinder role-playing game campaign, so we've offered adult sessions of Pathfinder, which is a little bit like a role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons, but you're kind of being led through a story. So the teens meet every Wednesday afternoon starting at 2:30 p.m., but if you can't get there right away, it's a 2-hour session, so you can join in when you're able to. And if you haven't played a Pathfinder game, that's okay. Leroy Harris, our programming librarian, is leading those sessions, so he'll be happy to walk you through it. So. And then we'll be closed on Monday, May 29th for Memorial Day.
Anyone have any questions or comments? Those sessions on grief are being taped by NewCat.
Yes.
And because I've watched them on the NewCat YouTube. So if you can't make it, look for it on the YouTube. Anything else? Anything else? All right, Strategic Planning Committee update.
All right, so the Strategic Planning Committee was scheduled to meet on May 8th, but we decided to hold off on meetings so that we would allow more time for public comment. So we've got 3 posters up in the hallway at the library, that's outside the children's room. We've received several comments on each of the posters about their thoughts on our mission, vision, and value statements, and just on library services in general. And then we also do have an online form that's available. You can link through our website as well to do that online. So far we've just received 1 comment
Okay.
online. But they're generally positive. Some suggestions on the wording of those things. A lot of suggestions on our services and things they'd like to see as far as programs and resources at the library.
Great. Good.
So the committee's going to meet next on Monday, May 22nd at 1:30 p.m. And then that means we won't have a June meeting because that would have fallen on the first day of summer reading, which will be a very busy day for us.
Right. Okay, anyone have any questions for April? Otherwise, we'll move on to our one action item, and that is resolution number 2023-11, accepting Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund grant for programming. At the April 20th, 2023 meeting, the Traverse des Sioux Regional Library Board awarded New Ulm Public Library with an Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund legacy grant in the amount of $3,875 for performances by Ralph's World at each of the Brown County Public Libraries in June 2023. Ralph's World is a children's music group that uses high rock and roll energy with kid-friendly lyrics to create music that is both cool for kids and enjoyable for adults. Ralph's World will perform in New Ulm's German Park on Monday, June 19th at 7 p.m.
And that is part of the Park and Rec concert in the Park series.
That sounds fun. Hope the weather's good. Good, good. So, any questions for April about this resolution and about this grant? Sounds like fun. I will take a motion to accept the resolution.
So move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Megan, you want to call the roll?
Oh, we give the list to Dustin to call
Oh, we
the roll.
gave, Dustin is in charge.
Ready.
Go, Dustin.
Don't
Yay.
take that away from me.
All right, go, Dustin.
Sarah,
Yes.
Dustin, yes. Vince,
Yes.
Ruth Ann,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Manon. Yes. Ting Ting,
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
Resolution passed. Any other business? Any other business? If not, see you next month. We're adjourned. Bye-bye.